Okay, so we usually put up the tree and we
But
usually like dress up when we put the tree up and then we decorate and those things.
Yeah.
So there was this one time when we were in, remember those
The
the sumo wrestler inflatable thing.
costume.
Yeah, so we were all running around and my dad goes, "I'm here," and you know Borat. He was in the top of the staircase in a Borat outfit with a wig and starts dancing down. That's gotta be really.
That's No, that's just Edgar.
Edgar.
That's Mr.
Yeah,
Dad.
I feel like this next chapter, he's gonna be able to really somewhat share his personality more. That he's kind of like withdrawn.
Hopefully.
We'll see. We'll
If
see.
he has the confidence to do it outside of home.
And then, okay, for example, we're in a big group, right? And we're being serious. And my dad will whisper something to my ear. And syempre, you know, like when you're trying to be serious, you can't like hide the laughter. But in that way, he'll be like, trying to suck something.
He'll say something under his breath, and you have to now. And then he's so good at staying serious. Parang he'll whisper something. And then if you look at him, he's so serious.
I know.
How do I not
Something like
laugh?
dry humor.
Yeah, dry humor.
Kiana, in the coming weeks or days, parang you will be celebrating your birthday na.
Oh,
So
yeah.
what is your birthday wish to your dad and to yourself? Since parang ito na yung last mo na birthday na before ka ikasal.
No. Wow.
You getting married?
I guess for myself first, since it's my birthday, I really hope for growth and growth that comes naturally without resistance. Because I think my challenge in my life has always been that I am a bit of a rebel, even towards myself, and that internal resistance is quite challenging. So, with all the changes that are about to come, I hope that I'm able to take everything in with grace and patience for myself and a lot of love. That's what I want for my birthday. For my dad, my parents, I'm here because of both of them. I wish for them to have time to slow down and smell the flowers. I guess it's really cliche, but it's something that I think a lot of people in our industry and in families that are heavily in show business forget to do. It's just put the phones away, shut the world out, and just enjoy the present. Yeah, present moment. That's my wish.
Yeah, how about
For
you,
them.
Gab? Any birthday wish for Kiana before?
No reaction. Joke lang. No, you know, honestly for me, moving to LA, a very big factor was that I would have family there. And you know, my brother, Leia, Luch, Sam, my sister-in-law, they're all here. And it's only really Kiana and I that are in the
Yeah.
US. My hopes and my dreams and my wish for her is that this girl works very hard. Even if she doesn't have to, right? She could do something else and really maybe choose an easier route. But she's in LA hustling and grinding and doing everything she can to really pursue her passion. And so my wish for her is that boundless creativity, the heart that she has, the people that she surrounds herself with. I just hope and pray that whatever it is that is the desire of her heart, whatever field it is, could be music, could be business, whatever it is, that the Lord reveals it to her. And not just reveals it to her, but she crushes it to the very, very maximum. I'm a firm believer of her talent. I'm a firm believer of her work ethic. And I just hope and pray talaga that within, it doesn't have to happen this year, it doesn't have to happen next year. But whatever it is that is meant for her will happen. And I know that when it does, she's gonna soar.
Thank you. Happy birthday.
What's your favorite Gary V era?
Ooh.
90s. I think 90s for me. Well, no, because 90s, you were really young in the 90s.
I don't remember anything. I
She
just
took my place because I was the bunso. She was born. She took my place.
I like the album that I always go back to is the very first one. That's the one that always blows my mind because I'm like, how do you put out a first album where every song is a hit?
Yeah.
Walang skips, di ba? So I think that if there's a chance for you to go back and see, like if time travel was a thing, and I could see what that was like, I'd go back to him creating that first album. I feel like he had no restraints.
Yeah.
It was pure creativity and pure bravery. He just was enjoying, and I wish I could experience that. I wish I could see that.
I have two. One is the 90s, because the 90s is when I started performing with him. And our ASAP, when I was in ASAP, when I was in Showbiz,
Okay.
which was 2010 or 2009 to 2013. Because that, I was able to spend a lot of time with him. Sorry. Thank you, sorry. Make sure everyone's
He's like dad.
I was able to spend a lot of time with him. I was able to really somewhat learn from him in terms of how he does things. You know, we were together every week. We were together every other day. But I was able to perform with him. We did shows once, twice, thrice a week, and I was able to learn. And also not just my dad, but my mom as well. I saw how they worked together. I saw how they did things together. But I think more than that really was the 90s, because it was raw. You know, there was no technology. We were able to do things from from scratch and not have technology on our side. And I kind of saw how things were done, because my first performance, I was 5 years old for the concert Shout for Joy. Yeah, and that era kind of like solidified. I think I want to do this, and that's kind of like what helped me and showed me the perspective of, I think I can do this. I think I can perform. And that was the year, the 90s.
How hard or how easy it is to be Gary V's son?
You know what? A lot of people ask me this question, and my question sort of stays the same. But because I get older, I get a little more perspective. It's easy and it's not. It's let me start with the not. It's not because of the expectation that a lot of people have on you. People say, people's opinions don't matter. But if you hear it for over 3 decades, sometimes it gets to you. Parang, I don't want to be the next Gary Vee, but will I be able to make the same impact? Not in terms of fame, but in terms of inspiration. Will I be able to inspire the same amount of people? Will I be able to inspire? But going back to what we said about me growing up with the parents that we have, it didn't feel like it was a requirement.
Yeah.
It never felt like my mom and my dad were both in LA choosing to do different things. They never stopped us from pursuing our dreams. But I never felt like it was required of me to follow in his footsteps or to do what he does. So I think it offset, right? So parang for me, yeah, it was tough because ever since we were born, we were kind of like in this microscope and everybody was looking. But at home, we were just a family. We were just a simple family that just wanted to be together.
Yeah.
And that really played a very vital role growing up. Without that mindset, if I wanted to be a pilot, they would have allowed. If Kiana wanted to be a doctor, they would have been, make us do whatever we wanted to do. So yeah, it was easy, but it was not. And at the end of the day, the question there is it worth it? 100%. 100%.
For me, though, you know how they say every child experiences like a different parent. If you're the eldest or the youngest. Me being the youngest, and my parents are very open about this, so it's not really anything crazy to talk about. But I had the least amount of time spent with them. Oh, I'm so sorry. The least amount of time spent with them because they were both traveling so much, and a lot of perhaps my needs in school, like school events and all of that, a lot of times they really couldn't make it. It was very rare to see them there. And for me, I think that was the hard part. It was not having them around. In connection to growing up and picking a career and how their, legacy or their careers impact mine, everything I think in life comes with good and bad, right? So even looking back to my childhood, I had nothing to ask for. I was very much blessed with everything that I needed physically: school, food, shelter, everything. And now as an adult, I think the hardest part really is just that my my version of success, my level of success, whatever that is, will always be compared to theirs. And so if my version of success is to have a happy home, parang other people on the outside will wonder, oh, but she's the guy's daughter, dapat she should have been as big as him. But what if that's not what I want, right? And I think that's where what he's saying comes into play, where it's a lot of the outside voices that make it a challenge. But within our home, naturally, our parents just want their kids to be happy. That's just, I think that everyone who wonders about that, I'm sure that you have your own dynamics with your parents as well that you can relate to when we discuss just, maybe wanting to build your own path and do things that are a little bit unexpected or a little bit different from how they did things. We're just blessed to have parents who are like, okay, cool. Yeah.
But was there a time na sobrang pressure, and how do you handle that, and paano kayo in-advise ni Gary and your mother?
I think for me the most was when I was in showbiz.
Yeah.
When that was again that 2009 to 2013. It was for me. It was very much. It was tough for me because I knew that I wasn't going to be in showbiz forever. I always knew that I was going to study abroad.
Yeah.
But I guess it was that comparison of syempre, I mean, we both perform. Singing for me is not really a passion. I don't really go out of my way to want to sing. That was the toughest part because people were saying, oh, hindi ka naman kumakanta, you're not like this. And I would cry to my dad and my mom. I would go and be like, Mom, Dad, I don't want this. Don't they understand that this is not what I want? My mom.
Sorry guys, my mom just made
Just
the
making
craziest
faces.
face behind the camera.
This is what I need, right? We're trying to be serious. Tapos yung mami namin dyan, Babylon. Anyway, that was probably the most pressure that I've ever felt. But at the end of the day, I feel like that kind of propelled me to the point where yung adversity quotient ko and how I handle hardship really somewhat expanded. Because then the pressure from other people became my driving force before, and I think that's why I kind of failed. And now the pressure is more on myself. It's more like Gab. I
Like
need to-
self-expectation.
Yes. Which is a good thing and a bad thing sometimes.
Yeah.
Because of, of course we all have insecurities and we all have doubts sometimes. But I feel like now I'm more driven by myself in terms of what I want for myself instead of other people's expectations of me. So that time was really the most challenging because we were in the same industry. We were doing the same thing in the same show, in the same shows externally also. But it wasn't crippling for me. Hindi siya yung parang, oh my God, I'm not gonna live up to this, or I'm not gonna. I just did my thing, tried to be excellent where I could be, and output as much as I can, and I let God do the rest.
I think for me, the pressure is because I am still in the same industry, just across the pond. But a lot of times I question if I am gaining achievements because I'm good at what I do or because of who I know or what my last name is. Those are a lot of that's like my mental game. It's like, no, I have to remind myself I'm putting in the work, I'm doing what I have to do, and hopefully the work is good, and etc. But I do feel like the pressure, like he said, is more self-imposed than it is on everyone else, because we have been very privileged. We've been raised with a lot of knowledge. We've been blessed with, the experiences that we've had, like growing up in the production
Being exposed
industry,
to everything.
being exposed to everything, understanding a lot of things. And so how can I not pressure myself to create good work if I've seen all of that?
Yeah.
Right? So it's right now it's like a healthy amount. It's the right amount, just so that we're not complacent and mediocre. But I think we deserve the pressure though.
Yeah.
Because we are very privileged, and if there wasn't any pressure, then we wouldn't be making anything of note with our lives. So I think it's valid naman.
Thank you.
Kiana, may ibang